Итак, всем привет. 9-я часть прохождения диска Elysium. Поехали. Нам нужно дождаться сейчас 9 часов. Вот, и... Так, подождите-ка. Все понятно. Это мы отсюда вылезли, получается. Это вот хижина вот этого чувака мелкого, урода вот этого. Нам, в общем, нужно 9 часов дождаться. Так, давайте попробуем. Вот. Что нам нужно? Понедельник, вторник, ебаный такой вот. Спойте под караоке, найдите катушку с грустной песней. Я не нашел еще. Давайте сказать звонившего на некоторое время. Ну, поехали, позвоним. Карету. Делать нам больше ничего не остается.
Just an ordinary war.
Доступно. Тихо, что тут?
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions, just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Да, пойдем.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile? Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her. You must have me confused for a close personal friend. I am not. I am a medical professional with a constant idiot emergency on my hands.
You hear someone whine in the background. My eye, Doc, my eye.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Видите вход в потайной коридор. Давайте какаду увидим, узнаем. На втором этаже вроде бы валялась. Наверное, вот это.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
You wait for the storekeeper to be distracted. When she's not looking, it's quite a challenge, but eventually the guide to the cockatoos is yours. Splendid effort.
Еще чего я на это говно буду деньги тратить, блять? Нахер надо? Типа да, коп, я понимаю, но... Но коп, который на мели, лол, которого денег едва хватает, чтобы переночевать в этом магазине, а эта хуйня стоит 4 реала, блять, ёпт. Пиздец. Так.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own. You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. Ouch, that must hurt. Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it. Ooh. Despite its banging name, the Bang Bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name Bang Bang is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you? You're right. You're Psittacus venereus embodied. This ominous bird belongs on your heraldry.
Дали. Тому чуваку уже 10 часов, кстати.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds.
Это гомик какой-то, походу.
It was mine. My friends use it from time to visit me. So tell me,
Да,
are you
точно
here to
гомик.
make things right
У него
again?
еще тут сережка, вот она. Вот она на ухе. Гомик. Так, вот здесь, чтобы снова все наладить.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait, suddenly you are digging things?
Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
О, нормально, нормально, то, что надо. Надеюсь, я там ничего гейского не нажал, блядь.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Блядь. Ну, блядь, очевидно, что он гомик, вот что, необычно.
Different, of course.
Необычное, разумеется. Конечно. Конечно.
His shirt. His shirt.
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
Лол.
His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Поехали. Однозначно гей, так сказать, вот этот чувак, который курит. Это 100%. Так. Что это? О, да, смотрите-ка, есть. Есть момент. Так. Старая фотография той же квартиры, датированная 1 годом. В воздухе тетрама дорогого мужского парфюма. Так, гомики, что ли? Драма, электрохимия, выходной шелковый халат с драконом. Лол. Кто-то все наблюдает. Это что? Логика внушения. Самарийская каноническая шляпа. То есть Самария, или Самарития, как она там называется, не знаю. Это Китай типа, да? Ну. Тарелки отмокают в кастрюле. Фаеры на подпольной вечеринке.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia. My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
Oh, yes. My friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Ну, немножко. Секундочку. В комнате жарковато. Ебаное лето. Но с другой стороны, зимой тоже не легче. Батареи хуярят так, что ты охуеваешь, тоже сидишь.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Inter. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency. La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course. Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values. Martinez? No. Martinez is something else. Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Прикольно.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Whatever you wish, officer. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in. One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
There's a joke here, and you know what it is.
Oh, how wonderful. I've heard it's oodles of fun. Not that I have time to take up new hobbies myself.
The lieutenant lets out a long nasal sigh.
Sorry. Who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. I'm just enjoying the view.
A dead body we still need to get down, by the way.
Listen.
The baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
Очко и жахаются, блядь. Вот и все. Что тут думать, блядь.
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
Это типа Украина, что ли, получается? На Украину намек, лол. Она в ЕС пытается вступить уже там 30 лет, и никак не вступит, блядь. И тут как раз 51-й и 21-й год. То есть действие игры происходит в 51-м году, а переговоры начали в 21-м, то есть 30 лет. И там было 91-й, и сейчас 2021. То есть, ну, типа, прям на Украину намек такой, блядь. Что это за эпис, в котором мы видим?
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's menage decided to emigrate. I'm all ears, officer. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
У нас один очко навыка, блядь. Так. Разблокировать. Что-то дает. -1 полицейская волна. -1 драма. -1 авторитет. -2 эмпатия. Что? Риторика. Энциклопедия. А мне нужно что? Мне нужно внушение. Давайте попробуем найти, может есть что-то. Самообладание. Эмпатия. Авторитет. Драма. Современная расовая теория, полицейская волна. Ну давайте вот это выучим. Я думаю. Драма. Разблокировать. Новый чек, да. Современная расовая теория. Как мне забыть эту хуйню? Недостаточно очков навыков. Тут что есть, чтобы забыть эту хуйню, мне еще нужно, короче, блядь, очко навыков потратить. Охуенно сделано, блядь. Пиздец, блядь. Охуеть. Охуеть просто. -1 драма. Ёб твою мать. Смотрите, что происходит. Короче, это действительно минус идет. Видите, ну не дайте. То есть, блядь, у меня было 5 здесь, по-моему. Да, вот, бонус от мысли -1. Действительно хуйня какая-то, блядь. Ёб твою мать. Остановить это будет. Я могу убрать эту хуйню. Остановить. Так. Ну, вот эти вот положительные, кстати. Вот эти положительные, кстати, да. -1 полицейская волна. -1 авторитет. -2 эмпатия. Минус риторика. +1 энциклопедия. Минус самообладание. Минус драма, блять. Только вот это. Только вот это я могу сделать. Ну, энциклопедия мне нахуй не нужна. Вообще тут надо перезагружаться на самом деле. Автосейв. Да, давайте перезагрузимся. Блять. Пиздец, такое говно я ебал в рот, блять. Теперь мне нужно типа какаду опять заново, да? Типа изучать. Ну да, какаду. Вот. Пиздец. Ну ладно, сейчас это мы быстро, наверное, сделаем. Это не такая уж прям большая проблема. 5 минут. В общем-то, будет смотреть, перематывайте просто-напросто на тот момент, где я уже разговариваю с этим чуваком снова. Ну, то есть на том моменте я остановился до этой точки, как бы это перематывайте, чтобы не потерять время. Бред какой-то, конечно, бля,
A
пиздец.
sulfur crystal. Turns out that there are so.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard.
You wait for the store. It's quite a chat.
Давайте прямо здесь.
A cockatoo. This book talks where to even begin. All cockatoo pet owners also report moodiness. It is not recommended to get a cockatoo. You're right. Ouch. Not great. Performing. This is a... Perhaps in the word it must be glory, despite its banging name. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are... You're right. Yours.
Окей. Уходим. Бля. Уже 21:30. Да ладно. Давайте, ладно, разговаривать. Бля, пиздец. То есть я как только прочитал, мне прям сразу там, чуть ли не час прошел времени, пока я читал эту книжку ебучую. Ну ладно. Поехали. Купите книгу, когда читаешь, время летит. Ну вот поэтому почти час и прошел. Да, из-за книжки, из-за ебучей. Мне и так времени не хватает на самом деле на всякое такое. На все действия. Вот она, ей, так сказать.
Gendarmerie.
His slender figure.
It was mine. So tell me, are you here to make things right? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. Mm-hmm.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging.
Trust me. That's nice.
He takes down.
Besides,
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
to the city. It's a beautiful night.
Something.
We'll talk. Take care, all right?
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Different, of course.
О, давайте лучше вот это ответим.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks. Very. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got...
Ну, блядь, тут явный намек на то, что он гомик, блядь. Прям явный намек. И ты, кстати, из всех причисленных ответов, там нет какого-то нормального на самом деле. Вот, там вечно какая-то хуета. Сохраняемся.
Officers, my name is... I heard...
No,
Будем
first
пролистывать это
ask
всё.
an innocuous.
Oh, yes. That...
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
The coalition... The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why... well... You could
No,
say
no,
I'm
remote,
undo... Yes, as I said.
Wait, there isn't actually an.
La communauté internationale, it is the most... It's the central, which is...
Basically,
Precisely. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not 2. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. A sound money... But oh, I don't have my leaflets. It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just...
doing one's job.
But of course... Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world, Martinez, Rivachol, but they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here. You're full of... Now, enough of this delightful politics. What's there to say? Moreover...
Darlings, that can't be an official designation.
Because...
Jamrock and other parts of the.
Whatever you wish, officer. Ah, my friend. Kedra is a can... That it's never going to happen. They enter... It's warm. Kedra is an emerging market. Sorry. Who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. He's deeply enmeshed in the... He's a truly free spirit. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Or you're one of the wonders of the...
There's a joke here, and you know.
Oh, how...
The lieutenant lets out a long.
I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
The baby is.
No, the Insulindian Bay. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy...
A busy bee. What an
I'm all ears, officer. I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Давайте что-нибудь прокачаем. Давайте что-нибудь прокачаем. Сумрак, внушение, драма. События на месте преступления. Так. Развитие чувства искусства. Неинтересно. Играйте всех, врите, но не дайте обмануть себя. Риторика. Вот риторику нужно прокачать, я думаю, на данный момент времени. Давайте риторику пизданем. Так, что-то тут у меня все, блядь, зависло на телефоне, нахуй. Чё за говнище, блядь. Сука. Да что ж такое-то, блядь. Пиздец какой-то. Да, найс. Чат, во, нормально, теперь поехали. О, задолбал телефон этот, блядь. К сожалению, это так, офицер.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities. I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell. I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember. Those funny... Oh, officer, that kind of language is unbecoming of an officer of the RCM. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late. My watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
Ничего тут странного? Серьезно? Ничего странного? Да, блядь. Может, тут бутылки есть? Сдам. Да шучу, нет тут ничего, конечно. Все, уходим нахуй отсюда. Все, идем спать, короче. Все, идем спать нахер. Так, давайте глянем. В лазарет давайте позвоним, да.
Just an ordinary walk. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
Just a moment. Up.
10-4, Camille, Roger that, 10-10, over and...
a metallic drawer, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? It will take just...
Her voice. He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh,
Was that a snarl?
yes, there's no end to the misfortunes, fate. Who? You are? You lost, and you survived it. Even better. With all the damage, what else?
It's hard to say if he doesn't.
Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. You must have me.
You hear someone whine.
What? You want me to... You want the real... And no, it's not.
Cyanoacrylate.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin.
Всё. Так, отлично. Сохраняемся. Смотрим дальше. Сигареты. Деньги, чтобы платить. Так, закройте шлюз в среду. Тайна радиопомех. Ага. К Джойс. Спиртное. Все тут типа тайные коридоры танцев. Загадка раз. Блять. Ну потом к Куна зайдем, к ебучему, блядь, долбоебу Куна. Это пока рано. Труп с дерева. Эти мужа политарки. Эти треники фаун у Куна. Ого. Любовь. А, с Гартом, да, вот с Гартом давайте. С Гартом будем говорить. Так, эти чуваки тут все еще сидят, смотрите-ка. Давайте попробуем. Ага, этого чувака пьяного уже нет, кстати. Так.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Давайте поговорим с ним.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
The breath catches in his chest. The light in his eyes snuffs out all at once. After a moment, he speaks.
Do you have money tonight?
Нету, соврать.
Too bad.
Так, какая жалость. Качает головой, вдруг ее черта нравится что-то новое, жестокое.
Here comes a layup, sire.
But you know what? You're in luck, because you don't have to ever pay me again.
Так. Вам повезло, потому что вы больше никогда не должны мне платить. Вот это дело, Гарт, один бесплатный номер, пожалуйста. Ты серьезно? Подъебываешь?
Perfectly serious. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to give me any money at all. If you want a room, yes, you'll need to pay me, but you don't have to just give me money. Giving me money for a room is your choice.
Ну, сука.
No, you can choose to give me 20 real for a room, or you can choose not to. I don't care what you decide. You want a free place to sleep? Fine. You've already unlocked your new room. The trash container outside is ready and waiting.
Свой номер, новый номер, особенный факт на заднем дворе в вашем распоряжении.
The lieutenant is painfully silent. A new dimension of reality will open. A portal is this bed of waste. Sleep there and awaken elsewhere. It is not clear. All that is known is sleep in the trash and there is no coming back.
I don't care what you do. Sleep in the trash or pay for a room. I don't care anymore. That wasn't so hard, was it? The room is yours for the night. Don't forget, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow. God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Если она шлюха и обожает кататься на карусели хуёв. А у меня нет другой опции, типа кнопки назад.
Wonderful.
It is. It's wonderful.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel?
Просто бурить щеку языком изнутри, лол. Она будет кружиться на карусели хуёв, пока не состарится, а потом подыщет себе спонсора. Совершенно верно. Совершенно
Does it
верно.
mean you talk to her? What else did you say
Классическая
about me?
баба, блядь, типичная.
What else do you
Что же
need?
более? Больше особо ничего. Лучше, чем вам этого не знать. Говорила, что ей очень нравится карусель хуёв. Веселье. Здесь как же с карусели член.
He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs. His head drops between the shoulders, heavy and defeated.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with a broken wing. On the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride until like 39. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest.
Они крутятся на карусели хуёв, пока не тикают часики. Совершенно верно. Вот это вот без рофлов, максимально серьезно, на 1000%. Так и есть. С 14 лет начинается скакание по хуям, карусель хуёв, блядь. И до тех пор, пока они кого-то привлекают, это никогда не заканчивается. Вот. Понимаете, в чем прикол? До тех пор, пока они не выйдут в тираж, это не заканчивается. Это бесконечный цикл хуёв, блядь, у баб. Это чистая правда. Без рофлов. максимально серьезно.
Now, let me have a drink and think about this
Я
shit for
думаю,
a
всё
moment
описание.
on my own.
And there we have it.
Ну вот,
Isn't that beautiful?
Еще одну
Another
ситуацию спас доктор
situation
Любовь.
fixed by Dr. Love.
Это я. Это я. Так, ну что, давайте выпьем. Нам же надо выпить, да, там по этому самому. Спойте караоке, убийство. Так. Чем вот это загадка? Раз. Так, спиртное выпить. Вот. Да, давайте выпьем. Бесплатно. Инструменты, вот. Физиология, боевой дух. Осталось применить 3. Давайте выпьем. Давайте выпьем, так. Так, и...
Well, hello.
Привет, кажется, тут
Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. It light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore red. The gods have been generous.
На зеленом
Better pop
стекле
it open before they change their
красного
minds.
командора играет лики света. Боги благодарят тебе. Открой быстрее, пока они не придумали.
Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container
Боги
laughably
массово потребления
easy to
создают
open. A child could have done it.
Хоть даже ребенок. Ну типа висит, да? Не, давайте не будем
Fine.
пить. Ладно, мы не
We're not
волнуемся.
worried. You'll crawl back
Вы
to this
дадим
bottle
еще
soon
один
enough.
шанс выпивку. Всегда даете
We'll
мне
give you another chance. Booze always gives you another chance.
шанс.
Yes, it's merciful that way.
Да,
It's your
наверное,
friend. Come back to it. We're all rooting for you too.
понятно, лучше не пить, короче, на самом деле. Лучше не пить. Ладно, пойдем спать нахер. Карусель хуёв, блять. Лол. Ну, авторы молодцы, конечно. Я как бы еще думаю, что, возможно, тут еще и рофл есть. Такой некий.
The
Но...
door is closed. Still, the lieutenant.
Вот, но... Я прям не думаю, что это... Так, тихо, а если с ним поговорить?
Yes?
На деле. Давай, открывай. Все, увидимся утром. Да. Увидимся, блядь, утром. Так, давайте посмотрим.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Читал стихи с
with the
Томми.
expression.
Техника. Починить вентиль хватил бы трезом. Давайте попробуем. Давай.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
О, отлично.
In it, your face,
Зеркало
adorned
присутствует.
with the
Пара.
expression. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Даже протирать не надо. О, нет пара. Отлично. Электрохимия. Заблокирована. Энциклопедия. Ну, 28% можем мы выиграть, кстати. Давайте попробуем.
It's too
Да.
late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Мгм. Понятно, хорошо. А это что? Чё, не могу открыть, что ли? Да, окей. Ну все, давайте спать.
The bed is still cold from the broken window and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it.
Отправиться спать.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Так.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. You're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your...
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Oh, yes. They'll check you out.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to...
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through...
Thou art honourable and just, sire. 'Tis the snakes who are vile, hissing in the grass.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off his best.
Голоса, конечно, жесткие они подобрали. Слушать аж омерзительно. Ну, они этого и добивались, конечно, авторы. Ну, пиздец какой-то полный. О, смотрите-ка. 7:30 встал. Ну, вставай.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered.
Все, ходим. Так, а где наш дружок? Внизу, наверное, будет стоять, скорее всего.
The door is...
Короче, мне пить нельзя. Вот. И, да и курить, наверное, тоже. Скорее всего. О, кто это? Кто эти люди? Доброе утро. Кто это такие?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
Женщина в форме патрульного РГМ морщится. В форме патрульного РГМ морщится.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
И у тебя же лицо
A
лошадиное,
patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM. Below
Что ты еще
lieutenant and
выебываешься,
sergeant.
блядь? Так, о, мистер Хайд. Привет, привет. Патрульный самый низкий чин в РГМ, ниже лейтенанта и сержанта. Это неужели?
Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
Настоящий. Что там в предыдущих сериях? Ты можешь эти серии просмотреть. Записи сохранены, конечно же. Я же прохожу типа для канала. Вот, все там есть. А рассказывать я не могу, потому что это типа удлинит все это прохождение, и для записи это будет минусом большим. То есть я не могу это рассказать по объективным причинам. Вот. Я могу только двигаться вперед, потому что это очень объемная игра, тут дофига диалогов и все такого прочего. Я не могу тебе в 2 словах что-то там описать. Так, настоящий.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere, but if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Просто еще на копы, ну. Слово конца грядущего. Так. Это очень объемистая и глубокая игра, короче, на самом деле. Вот. Ну, об этом скорее лучше говорить подробнее в этих подкастах, в телеге, вот, чем вот так вот рассказывать. Вот. Интересная, хорошо написанная игрушка, ну, довольно пиздатая, кстати. Вот. Пока что на 8 тянет, но в том плане, что естественно, то есть сейчас какую игру не возьми, всегда будет оговорка, что если убрать толерастию, левацкую пропаганду, методичку, да, и после этого уже оценку ставить. То есть, если все это убрать, это будет игра на 8 точно. Вот. Скажем так, да? Получается, здесь классные диалоги, как таковой какой-то словоблудие какого-то, да, вот это вот графомании здесь не так уж и много. Буквально, ну, моментами какими-то, вот. Я скипал диалоги, ну, такие, там, ну, может быть, раз или 2 максимум, ну, как диалоги, типа, вот у тебя строчка, например, вот, например, ты что-то выбираешь, кликнул, короче, и у тебя, например, вот столько вот текста, вот столько будет. И ты читаешь, понимаешь, что это, ну, просто ни о чем. То есть, ну, это тебе не даст вообще никакой информации. И ты берешь дальше, что-то выбираешь, короче. Вот. Таких случаев было 1 или 2 раза за всю игру, вот на сегодняшний момент времени. Естественно, это все читается, и все интересно, короче. Персонажи с каждой ну, как бы у каждого личность своя, как бы всякие, ну, как бы прописанные, хорошо прописанные. Вот. Индивидуальности и так далее, и так далее, и так далее, короче. Вот. Как-то так. Из песни слов не выкинешь, это я про толерастию. Я рассматриваю это несколько иначе. У меня свой взгляд на этот момент. То есть я всегда буду говорить, что если выкинуть, то будет вот такая оценка. Если не выкидывать, то вот такая. То есть я рассматриваю как 2 объекта, короче. Это мой подход будет в этом плане. Вот. Такие дела. Как-то слишком однобоко рассматривать это. Типа, тут типа повестка, типа, и это типа прям 0 из 10 там, или что-то типа того, короче. Вот. Я бы не делал оговорок на это. Если заставляют нас это сжать, пусть получают заниженные оценки. Ну, смотри. В Гугле с 2 аккаунтов у меня гугловских, в Гугле при запросе диска Elysium у меня стоит 2 дизлайка. 2 дизлайка у меня стоят, то есть там у тебя прям в правом углу, например, да, вот ты вбиваешь диск Elysium, у тебя в правом углу картинка игры, будет написана там краткая информация, да, там типа такая квадратная такая хуйня или прямоугольная, и там будет у тебя 2 варианта, лайк и дизлайк, типа если лайк, то зелененький получается кулак, а если дизлайк красненький. Вот у меня с 2 аккаунтов стоит в этой игре дизлайки. Понимаешь, в чем прикол? Вот. В Steam я не могу поставить оценку, потому что у меня игра не со Steam. Понимаешь, я не могу повлиять на, как это сказать, на оценки этой игры. Там, где я мог повлиять, я это сделал, а это именно Google, запрос диска Elysium. Вот там я это сделал, с 2 аккаунтов даже, хотя, в принципе, достаточно было сделать с одного. Я же не 2 человека, я 1, поэтому я, как бы, в целом должен, как бы, с одного аккаунта это делать, типа, да. Но я даже с 2 эту игрушку задизлайкал. По понятным причинам, да, получается. Дальше повлиять я никак не могу. И то, что мои какие-то там оценки, это все виртуальная хуйня, типа из головы взято. Вот я тебе там написал, я тебе там позвонил, там, или я тебе там голосовуху там киданул, да, это все ни на что не влияет. Это 2 додика сидят и чешут про эту игру на, как сказать, на разработчиков, на игру это не влияет ровным счетом никак. Единственное, я могу сказать только то, что мы, как бы, я не могу это в прямом эфире сказать, да и вообще под запись, как бы, вот. Ну, это, в общем, ладно, все, короче, эту тему я не буду говорить на самом деле. Это слишком она такая скользкая. Это слишком скользкая тема, я не могу, я тебе запишу это в Телеграме, короче, вот. Ну, такое, типа, не приветствуется, короче. Вот, так. Они же рассматривают подход, что подключать толерастию в игре. Они же рассматривают... они же не рассматривают подход, чтобы отключать толерастию в игре. Да, я не спорю, у тебя как такового выбора здесь нет. Даже если ты отыгрываешь там расиста, и дальше по списку, да, вот эту вот сторону, то у тебя, получается, по прохождению ты какой-то клоун, короче. Ты клоун, ты жалкий, какой-то ты чмоня, короче, тебя не воспринимают всерьез, это в лучшем случае, короче, ну, в общем, в таком духе, вот. То есть это вот такой подход. Тут по-настоящему расиста даже отыграть нельзя, короче. Понимаешь, в чем прикол? И... Ну, хотя здесь ты же как бы не играл, но здесь есть даже стёб над коммунистами. Да. Есть пара диалогов, где есть прям такой прям жирный намек. Ну, как жирный намек, там напрямую, так, типа, знаешь, типа, коммунизм это утопия, это говно, моча, короче, и это шизофреники, короче, одним словом, типа того, что... Вот, есть такие моменты, короче. Не знаю, возможно, эта игрушка вообще в целом, она все эти идеологии обоссывает, я хуй его знает, возможно. То есть, и полноценно, мне кажется, даже отыграть либо там коммуняку, там левака, или же там какого-то там провока ты не можешь, мне кажется. Везде тебя будут, мне кажется, обоссывать, блядь. Вот, я левака не пробовал, поэтому я не знаю. В эту сторону я не могу тебе ничего сказать. А вот если ты провока отыгрываешь, как бы вот здесь тебя прям макают хари в говно, естественно, там смеются над тобой, насмехаются, обоссывают тебе ебало там и так далее. Короче, вот. Как-то так. Вот. А насчет темы, которую я сказал, что я не могу ее затронуть, я косвенно могу намекнуть, что есть такая фишка, как голосовать рублем. И сам понимаешь, что сделал ты и что сделал я, короче, да, то есть, типа, мы с тобой, как бы, ну, ты понял. Оставим тут многоточие. Как говорил Евгений Панасенков, короче, я не могу это вам под запись или там в прямом эфире это сказать, короче. Вот. Поэтому мы с тобой как бы вот все правильно в этом плане сделали. Это все, на что мы могли повлиять, мы повлияли. Поверь мне на слово. Все. Остальное это уже какие-то, ну, сотрясения воздуха, короче. Никаких конкретных фактов. Короче. Вот. Поехали дальше. Не знаю, она продолжает открыть глаза, с чего будем хотеть. Так. Единственное, из чего. Давай просто будем по протоколу. Ну, по... Нажимаем, переносится.
Okay, fine.
Ладно,
Let's
хорошо,
talk.
давайте поговорим, чего
What did
хотели.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say
Почему?
anything.
Я ничего не понимаю, ничего не говори, Жудит. Я ничего не понимаю, что происходит. Они же вроде тоже из полиции. Что вы, полицейские, тут делаете? Погоди. Ну, у них тоже вот эти белые нашивки, вот они на спинах. Они же вроде, ну как, типа, камон, что происходит? Ничего не говоришь, Жудит, погоди, он...
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm
Затем
just a man with
всё-таки
sunglasses,
вообще.
and you are.
Женщина с лошадиным лицом. Да, давайте пизданем.
You're a fucking asshole.
Вы полная
Are we done
скотина.
here?
Говорит она тихо и достойно. Мы закончили. Ладно, до свидания. Лол, блядь. Женщина с лошадиным лицом.
You look like shit.
Видишь, дерьмово. Твое потертое лицо отражается в темных
And I
очках.
don't mean that as a
Это не
metaphor.
метафора. То есть, если бы мы проголосовали, скажем так, в эквиваленте, да, хрустящих, зелененьких, назовем это так, будем образно выражаться, тогда бы мы поддержали эту тематику, понимаешь? Вот. А и так вот получается, что мы наоборот, как бы, отказались это делать, да?
Wow, you seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, alcohol really seems to have had a positive effect on you. Now, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Что-то странно, если это мужчине разобраться. 42, блядь. Клеванчики.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
Да, хобби такое.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Он головой, я в ответственность. А, я понял, кто это. Я понял, кто это. Это отдел внутренних расследований, короче. Давайте попробуем.
You
Да,
know
есть.
what it is.
Ты знаешь,
It's
что
like the
делать.
two of
Двое
you
будут
know each
знакомы.
other. Just ask
Двое
him.
будут знакомы, просто спроси.
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Как думаешь, на каком участке ты бы работал в этой альтернативной, полностью вымышленной реальности?
Okay, okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Долго и многозначительно на тебя смотрит. Долго и многозначительно на тебя смотрит.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even be worthy of your partnership. And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down. Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
На курс с ремом, блядь, лол. Не знаю, ты мне скажи. Унылый пуль с ремом, рядом с которым никто никуда более компетентный.
No. Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You're not shitting me, Millen. I can smell it all the way here. The whole town stinks.
We're getting to it. There have been complications.
Стоп, а может ты поможешь?
I would love to, but I'm busy fucking off and not cramping your style. And that might cramp it, you see? Helping you. I don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom even? Strange.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? Let's do. So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Oh my god, there's... Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? Okay then. It's probably a coincidence.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no, just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are.
Can I help you?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and you see a head.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. Hi. So what brings you here?
Сделать.
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Well, here's to you. Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? You did? And how did you like him? Oh, shoot. Why not? Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return. To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. Hmm? What about me, gendarme?
Мурлычет, блядь. Сука, мурлычет, блядь. Самообладание.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Пока жандарм есть у меня интересно. Что-то для самообладания. Так. Да, вот есть драма, электрохимия, логика внушения. Давайте. Эквилибристика.
Hi again, gendarme.
28%. Давай.
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
Так. Братан, я не знаю, кто ты. Давай так. Увижу намек на спойлер, даже маленький спойлер. Ну, улетишь в бан. Никому плохо от этого, конечно, не будет, но зато я буду спокоен. Вот. Можешь потом сделать еще один аккаунт и еще раз мне попытаться мне что заспойлерить, да? Потому что вот это вот комментарии без привет там пока, все такое прочее. Я не приветствую. Вот. Давай будем вести себя цивилизованно. Вот. И ты не будешь творить хуйню какую-то, хорошо? Я пока что каким-то боком сейчас зайду в YouTube, вот, и удалю твое сообщение. И надеюсь, ты больше не будешь писать такого рода херню мне в чат. С намеками какими-то там или еще с чем-то, хорошо? Мы друг друга поняли. Я надеюсь на это. Так. Вот, и удалю твою... Все. Нам такого не надо. Вот. Один уже приходил на Resident Evil, но он там обосрался. Очень серьезно обосрался. Заспойлерил на концовку, короче, но я на тот момент прошел игру. Вот. И он наложил себе в штаны, блядь. Этот ублюдок. Вот. Давайте будем нормально себя вести. Не может ли он принадлежать к гомосексуальному подполью? Так и есть, вообще-то. Так и есть.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Well, I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night. Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
Интересно.
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Revachol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage.
Давайте что-нибудь еще прокачаем. Риторика, драма, концептуализация. Ладно, нет. Сейчас после разговора все-таки.
Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Диск, оно связано.
But do you also like the razzle-dazzle of gold? Do you like parties and discos and having fun under the vibrant lights of Saturday night? Because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Mysteries of sexual nature, very esoteric. And disco music and drugs. Because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Mysteries of sexual nature, very esoteric. And disco music and drugs. Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Все, отлично. Отлично. Все это. Пошел чеки. Так, ну с этими всеми я поговорил. Может быть, еще раз с этой мадам. Ничего, да? Ну, я тоже не хочу тебе ничего сказать. Так. Гомосексуальное подполье. Временный бонус исследования. Нет. Время исследования 8 часов. Да. В мечтах, блядь. Конечно, левацких. Так. Я понял, что нам нужно дальше делать. Окей, погнали. К машине.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interest of Orani's farm. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Пиздец, опять, блядь. Опять завтра звонить.
Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer.
Yes, hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see...
Пиздец какой-то, блядь. На самом деле. Давайте сохранимся. Что там в заданиях у нас? Найдите все элементы брони. Здесь глобы соколенные боя. Примечание. Это может занять типа много времени. Ботинки повешать. Снимите ботинки с жертвы. Обеспечить отсутствие Кима, он не одобрит. Это будет чертовски сложно, так что не ускорите себя, если... Так, я рожусь с этими ботинками. Все удостоверение. Что случается? Давайте Куна пойдем. Да. Ни пистолета, ни удостоверения, ни формы, ни хуя, блядь. Не батин чертила, конечно, полицейский. Давай, Куна. Ёбок.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. So? Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Давайте ли.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
No! What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
He'd rather die than work with the justice system.
Kuno doesn't fucking care. Kuno's like Kuno's dad. So? Yeah, so? Look, pig. Kuno you off after the...
Yeah, real interesting.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
No! You told him about it and now he knows your name.
The city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here.
Explain himself? As if explaining some kind of work? Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time? You must get to the bottom of this one of these days. Sadly, it's unlikely to happen today.
Да, опять эта хуйня.
Kuno doesn't.
Блять. Ни к чему это все не приводит, мне кажется, блядь. Я ж типа, блядь, как это сказать-то? Объебался с проверкой. Там проверку нужно пройти. Вот. Я сейчас перезагружаюсь не для того, чтобы ну, в надежде, что 3% удачи мне поможет. Ну, то есть, вот смотрите, о чем я говорю. Не могу это выразить словами. Вот. Видите, 3%. Это не для того, чтобы они сработали. Перезагрузка. Вообще не для этого.
He's on your crime scene, bossing
Я
you
буду
around,
таким образом
and he's
перезагружаться
been here
50
for
раз,
some time
блядь.
too.
Мне это не нужно.
This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes it. Kuno pushes it hard. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it up.
You okay, Kuno?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
Ну, это полная хуйня какая-то, блядь. Ну, то есть, давайте, ладно. Хорошо, давайте еще перезагрузимся. Сохранить? Нет. Загрузить.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he...
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Kuno gonna fuck you up! Up!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
So? Yes, Kuno. Look, pig. You got fucked after the...
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno does...
A rusting control panel. The water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked. But we
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next, he thinks. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was it abandoned?
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares, hence their name.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Yes, and you picked it up because you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and magnesium blisters.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. I don't know. Sleeping? What do people do under boats? This is merely a measurement from your visual cortex. Do with it what you want. Huh?
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You have a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can return. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless... A metal payphone... You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad. Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just...
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
The smell. It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still smell it. Don't be naive. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The signs of decaying meat. It announces itself from 24 meters away. A warning, a memento mori. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Это муж вот той бабы, которая книжки читает около книжного магазина.
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. You see waves churning below. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.